keep the signs, my niggas. Keep the signs. Like ghetto niggas keep the signs, my niggas. Keep the motherfucking signs. Real niggas keep the signs. It's a new war order, and Donald Trump is in the White House. To my real niggas, you better get the fuck out. Let the movie get out. You been spellbound, held down for 400 years by a wicked unseen hand. And fuck the CIA, cause they got a plan to eliminate the black man. Man, getting mama, father, son, the architect of the new war order. Now look across the planet, niggas being slaughtered. Holy Father, where you at? I'm ready for the war, I'm Armageddon when this wicked empire unleashed on the ghetto, what they call once a law. I don't know about y'all, but I'm busting back on my enemies when they come for a nigga like me. I'm busting back on my enemies. I'm busting back on my enemies. I'm busting back, busting back on my enemies. When they come for a nigga like me, I'm busting back on my enemies. Yes, I bust back on my enemies. I heard it's two niggas in the civic the priest looking for a nigga like me. I guess they heard through the grapevine of the streets that I was pushing keys through the city like El Chapo, so they wanna jack me. But what they don't know, they really want a psycho maniac, a brainiac to attack my enemies on sight. Somebody gon' die in the gunfight tonight. Ayy, I like my enemies up with the Mac like a fucking match, and watch my enemies burn like serum on the brain. Street fame was my fucking destiny when I was a young G, now older. Now they got these young G's, they getting bolder. They wanna kill OGs. I don't know about y'all, when my enemies come for a nigga like me. I bust back on my enemies. I bust back on my enemies. I don't know about y'all, when my enemies come for a nigga like me. I bust back on my enemies. I bust back on my enemies. I bust back on my enemies. Bust back on my enemies. Back on my enemies. Bust back on my enemies. It's the black fist, gorilla in the mist. Bust the back on rap opposition. I'm with the rap game been missing since the late great Machiavelli Tupac. Now just think about it, ain't no other motherfucker this rap game. Bringing that pain like Solja, see, it's like cancer eating up the motherfucking brain. See, I came from the street life, where you can die if you ain't cautious. See, last shit, lost a lot of my homies to a drug trade. Ay, I'm a borderline hustler to my dying day. Let the AK spray for protection. Fuck the cops, I'm not going back to that state of perfection. And when the police come for a nigga like me, I'm busting back on my enemies. I'm busting back on my enemies. I'm busting back on my enemies. I don't know about y'all, when my enemies come for a nigga like me, I'm busting back on my enemies. 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 I don't know about y'all, and when my enemies come for a nigga like me, I'm busting back on my enemies. Pop, pop, pop. I'm busting back on my enemies. Pop, pop. I'm busting back on my enemies. Pop, busting back on my enemies. I'm busting back on my enemies. Busting back on my enemies. I don't know about y'all, but my enemies come for a nigga like me. I'm busting back on my enemies. Busting back on my enemies. Busting back on my enemies. Hey, yeah, man. Hey, these wicked motherfuckers. Hey, they calling more Solja the ghetto. Hey, my nigga, I'm living low. I ain't going, nigga. I'm still up like a man. You feel me? I'm busting back on my enemies. Busting back on my opposition, nigga. You feel me? Hey, step up on my street niggas. My real niggas. Rise up, nigga. Bust back on the enemy, you feel me? That's what I'ma do. For 2017, 18, nigga. Busting back on my enemies. Say you wanna jack me. Say you wanna rob me, nigga. I be outside, beating on my chest with that AK-47. Beating on my chest like a motherfucker gorilla. I'm a bona fide dope dealer. You don't want none of this. Twist your ass up like a pretzel. Bust back on my enemies, nigga. Bust back, nigga. Self-defense, I'm convinced. They got a plot. Yeah. Let's get nigga, like that movie, get out, nigga. Keep your eyes open, nigga.